Dickson Waweru, Milka Akinyi, and Mary Wanjiru Muriu are Kenyan Taekwondo athletes. Each of these passionate athletes harbors a dream to win an Olympic gold medal in Taekwondo. The dream and desire carried by these young athletes did not just come. It was planted in their hearts and minds by a most unique, passionate coach, George Muriu Chege.
The driving force in George was the anger to achieve.
For him, Taekwondo was life. He looked at the sport and he knew he could make it.
He is growing up very fast. In Kenya, is #1.
And for the first time, the national anthem was sung, and I could see George crying.
Less than a minute to go in the contest. A minute to go in the third and final round. And unless something extraordinary happens.
Hapo nilicheza ile yangu yote yenye nilifundishwa na George, ile yangu yote. Na udem yuko sawa yani, Sasa ni ile tension. Speed yake ndo ilikuwa juu yani kuniliko. Ndo sasa akaniwaika.
i.e. a knockout. Wu Jingyu from China is comfortably heading into the second round, and now she's into the second round because she's got that 7-point cushion, and that will signal the end of the contest.
All due respect to Mildred Alango, she did make a good effort of the match.
At the 2008 Beijing Olympics, Kenya Taekwondo team coach George Muriu had achieved a lifelong dream. He had molded 2 young Kenyans from the streets into successful international Taekwondo athletes. George, who had also grown up in the harsh streets of Nairobi, had worked his way up to become a mentor and a successful Olympic coach. And even though his 2 students did not win any medal, they inspired a nation, and they inspired him to push further and reach for greater heights. On returning from the Olympics, George built a new house and soon moved in with his family. He renewed his marriage vows in a colorful ceremony and then renewed his efforts towards achieving his ultimate goal, a medal at the Olympics.
After the Olympics, he came to prepare for the next Olympics.
Things at the Taekwondo Association were not so rosy. Wrangles shook Taekwondo to the core.
Politics were there because many people wanted to be the coach. So politics were there. Nobody recognized his efforts. People may not know how huge this is for the country, but it's something very huge we're proud of until today. Because the whole of Africa, you're supposed to take 4, we snatched 2 positions, which means the rest of Africa shared the other 2 places. That's a major achievement. 2.
We finished the Olympic. People now thought, they saw that, they thought that this is easy. They wanted to take the management. They disrupted all our programs. They came and took over the management of the team. George was kicked out. George was crying. He was not crying because of, they thought he was crying because of the allowances. No, he was crying because he knows if you break that team here, we are not going to achieve. For these people not to attain, for them to have a joyride, they must paint you black. Now here George has done this, George has done this, Major has done this, Major has done this. They even refused to give George a Kenya tracksuit. They even chased him from Kasarani. And this is when you could see George in pain.
It's unfair. Muriu was locked out. Another coach was given the team. And it was chaotic. And if you want to prove it was chaotic, they prove the team performed dismally. It performed poorly.
George was devastated. As the wrangles intensified, George's health was affected and he fell ill.
So this particular night he comes, he parks his blue car and tells me I'm going to eat. So I asked him, are you going to eat fish? Yes, order for me. Fine, then he comes and tells me, my sister, I'm not feeling very well. And you've not come to see me. I didn't know that you're unwell. And these people, they are pushing me to my deathbed. I did not take him serious.
Last year's May, only I not see him come to here, see me. I can see very sick. Nobody tell me, only him come himself. Master, I think no, I longer survive here. Can you take over everything? Yeah? Even gymnasium. Don't worry. I look after you. Whatever you want, anything I give you. Then about 4 or 5 days, I message get to pass out.
My mom's phone was ringing and she took it. She was called by a doctor that my dad is sick, he's very sick. So she go to the hospital. At that night, I prayed that nothing should happen to my dad. He died at that time when I was praying.
He's my son. Even now I'm never forget. That's I promised them. I look after your family. This is in the gym income. I'm not interested anymore. Yeah. From last year May, I pay myself to the land. Yeah. Took all income, divide to give to some George family, even for children, I pay.
Asubuhi kabisa hata sijafanya kila chochote. Nilipofungua redio, kitu cha kwanza kusikia nilisikia George Muriu akitangazwa eti amefariki.
Hiyo kitu ilikuwa ya huzuni. Juu siku imagine kuwa ameniachia watoi. So ilikuwa shinda. Ilikuwa shida kuitikia kuwa mtu amekufa, amekuacha. Lakini nilimwomba Mungu juu maisha lazima yaendelee na lazima nilee watoto. Ilikuwa baya.
So George was buried at his home in a colorful ceremony attended by the great and small in Taekwondo.
The tactician who died at the age of 43 years has left rest his soul in eternal peace.
The day my dad passed, I went to the gym straight and I took his training shoes. I wrote from Mary and I signed them that no one should put on. It's like a remembrance. He was my best friend. I told him all my secrets.
Nilisikia tu yani taekwondo yangu imeisha kabisa. Yu sasa maswala zenye nilikuwa nikijiuliza, coach yupi tena atanikoach kama George Muriu? Hiyo ndo swali mimi hujiuliza mpaka wa leo. Hiyo ndo swali mimi huuliza. Ni nani atanikoach tena niweze kupita yale nilikuwa napitia na nifike mbele kabisa tena. Yani ile menye nilikuwa naye Sikufika hapo na coach wangu, bahati mbaya akapasi.
Sometimes nakaa hivi na miss kila hata kelele yake saa zingine na imisingi. Azili kutupigia kelele, kuchapa msee, kumtukana, kufukuza. Saa zingine nampenda tu akiwa hapo. Kuna saa zingine tunakaa hivi tunapiga story tunasema afadhali coach angekuwa. Juu sasa hapa angekuja alipigia kelele ya kutukana. Unasikia msee anasema unakumbuka ile time coach asijua ananitukana aje. Tena sasa hiyo tunamisingi tu hivyo. Kelele yake sasa ilikuwa poa.
Mambo ya coach, alikuwa mtu wa watu, alikuwa na joke, akiamua kufanya kitu, alikuwa anafanya juu chini, ndio atimize lengo lake. Nilikuwa najua niko na mtu, amenisimamia mahali.
When my dad was there, Taekwondo used to be fun, and it used to be disciplined. Yeah. Those are the days I remembered my dad at 4 years. He used to give me a lot of love. Yeah. I liked him because of cooking. because I like eating, yeah. Second is the spirit he had. He had a good spirit. Like on Sundays when we finished church services, we went to the butchery, eat nyama, celebrating, things like that.
Muriu ruled his world. He would walk in majestically, full of power, full of might, and he loved giving. And he loved eating. And I loved eating, so we would eat and eat endless. Yeah, he was an easy guy to get along with.
When I see him lying down there, I see like he's resting in peace, being happy of what I'm doing, supporting myself.
Life had to go on. For George's family, the athletes, and Grandmaster Mo Gyun, the challenge was to nurture the legacy that George had built. At the Kenya Olympic Taekwondo Academy, George's students continue with the work he started. The academy, although struggling without his leadership, still houses some young athletes and trains many other aspiring Taekwondo professionals.
Coach alikuwa na gym, so mimi nirudi huko gym. Tunakuwa na client, so akilipa maisha inaendelea. Juu watoto lazima watatrain, shule itaendelea, so Taekwondo ni kama kazi. Ni yote mtu anaweza tegemea maishani.
George had already set up a strong foundation for Taekwondo to grow.
2. Kick and punch, Eliza. 1.
While the academy is struggling to stay on its feet, the wrangles that were there did not die with George. In fact, they intensified.
Ever since he left, we've not had a stable national team.
We have not qualified again because people thought it was easy. They did not recognize the work that we've put in. They did not recognize what George has sacrificed. They thought that you'll just wake up, take a player and qualify for it. It doesn't work like that.
Unaweza kuwa unachezea Kenya lakini hakuna kitu unapata kwa Kenya. Kama saa hizi kweli mimi nimechezea Kenya mara nyingi. Manake sasa Kenya naona nikinipeleka kwa shimo ingine ndogo. Wananipeleka katika shimo ingine ndogo yani.
George's team, the Kenya Olympic Taekwondo Academy students, still excel in the sport.
Tuko Mombasa, tulikuja kutoka Nairobi hadi Mombasa. Tumekuja kucheza game. Tunaambiwa ati itakuwa selection ya kwenda Mexico game. Nasikia poa sana, nataka kuua watu leo. Leo ni makeo zinawaka leo.
At the tournament, Milka, Maureen, and Mary are fighting. Milka in red meets a tough opponent. Maureen is upset. She lost her fight.
Number 1 juniors, Kilifi Taekwondo. Number 2, Kenya Olympic. Kenya Olympics, kuja kama askari.
Mary and Milka win. After the fights, the girls go out for a swim in the ocean and a little fun.
I trained hard for it because, we were being selected for going to Mexico. Yeah, and I was selected. I was very happy for that. Yeah, I bet some KDF girls.
My dad, he used to say, the loser, he will be the loser all the time, but the winner, he's always the winner. Yeah.
Mary keeps the dream that her father left her alive. As a family, the girls have tried to live a normal life and to keep their father's memory strong. Mary is passionately determined to keep the fire burning.
I coach myself, actually, early in the morning at 5 until 6. I go for a road run here, around here, and I come back. At 5 at the gym, 5 p.m. at the gym, I go, tell someone, catch me these targets, I want to kick these kicks, I kick, then I'm tired.
3.
For Dixon, things are tough, but he is keeping the fire ablaze. Today, he is moving out of his own house to another one. As he packs his things, he remembers his mother. The dream of the Olympics still lingers, and what George taught him still remains an inspiration.
Like me, I'm targeting on Olympics and World Championship because they're the only medals that I don't have as far now.
George's family struggles in the absence of the sole breadwinner, but his wife and children are trying to keep their spirits up.
Kulea wasichana nimekuwa nikiwalea vizuri, tumekuwa tukiishi vizuri bila matatizo yoyote. Na hapa niko na nyumba kidogo, mambo inaendelea hivyo.
Although life is tough without George, Mary and her mom make sure the little ones still find moments to laugh and dance. The standards that George set for Taekwondo in Kenya has kept the sport going. Without his unique coaching skills and leadership, though, the sport is unstable, but Taekwondo is still growing. Today, it's 1 year since George passed on, and a special tournament in his honor is being held. Most of his students are participating.
My dad's memorial. It was called First George Memorial. Tulikuwa tunataka watu wajue hii game si ile ati zile normal ati lazima nini. Hii ni the international coach and referee who was there before, but now he's gone. So hii game imekuwa poa sana, nimefurahia sana. Juu sijaiona watu wa Rwanda na Uganda wanakuja Kenya kufight.
Naweza kusema asante walioandaa hii mchezo kwa sababu imeleta kila mmoja karibu na imetuleta pamoja pia kwa wale wachezaji wenye walipotea. Sasa tumeona pia tumekuja karibu na mainchi mbalimbali pia wamefika. Kwa hivyo hii mchezo ya leo kidogo imekuwa nzuri kabisa. Kutoka hapa mimi na target Olympic 2016.
Ile tamasha iko leo hapa. Huyu mwenzetu alikuwa ni rafiki yangu sana, tena sana, na kwa hiyo mimi nimefurahi zaidi kuona wale wameorganize hii kitu. Ni kitu ambayo itaendelea na iendelee, na hii mmefanya ya George ni lazima iendelee. Lastly, Kamsamida.
and to help people as in young ones. Kama mimi venye nilikuja nikapata msee kama George, niwapate train na nini as in tujaribu kuchange taekwondo in Kenya. So unajua nikienda pale ni train as in kusaidia hawa watu wadogo na kujaribu kuenda more kutafuta as in like sponsorship and everything, kuingia kujibinga as in kwa makampuni kujua venye wanaweza change taekwondo. Pia mimi nikuja nisimamia like jina ya coach tumesimamia like now he's not there, kuna mtu ana hiyo jina bado tumeiangalia as in hiyo jina bado iko on top.
George alikuwa ni coach wangu na mbali pia na kunifundisha taekwondo, alikuwa pia ananifundisha yani jinsi ya kuishi, yani lifestyle, jinsi ya kuishi na watu na mahali popote pale utapokwenda, yani alikuwa akinifundisha yani pia jinsi ya kukaa mahali popote.
It's my dream for me to finish school, do everything, then go to Korea or Asia, train for taekwondo, then come back here and train those people who are in need of it. My dream and my father's wish was to become a gold medalist, and that's what I'll do.
The legacy that George has left behind is a legacy of achievement. He's an achiever. For the taekwondo people, they'll always look at George as an inspiration. He made it where it seems impossible.
The students from Kenya Olympic Taekwondo Academy are all carrying a lesson from George. The great coach may be long gone, but his legacy, his big footprint in life still remains. Taekwondo lives on.